You want to learn how to make money in your sleep without doing very much of anything? Well, stick around because that's what we're going to talk about right after this. Welcome back to the NBTXliving channel. My name is Chase Bradley.
I'm Veronica Bradley.
And today we're going to talk about passive real estate investing. All right, guys, so the difference between passive investing and active investing. I know a lot of people are going to have questions about that. Well, active investing is basically you own and you manage the properties yourselves. With that, there's a lot more responsibility, like, having to do the repairs, setting up leases, background checks, different things like that. And if you're flipping the houses, you got to buy, fix them, or find some contractors to fix them, and then eventually get that house sold. So as a passive investor, you typically don't deal with the property, and in some cases you may never actually even see it. And because of that, the bar for entry is a lot lower than it is as an active investor. All right, so number one, the first thing, REITs or real estate investment trusts are companies that own or finance income producing real estate across a range of different sectors. Most REITs trade on major stock exchanges, and they offer a number of benefits to their investors. You may ask, how do we get into this? What can I do to invest into a REIT? This is typically something that you would talk to your financial advisors.
And I just want to add, be careful because there's a lot of scams out there too. So they'll say, hey, invest this much into this thing or come to this class. I'm not going to say they're all scams, but there are a lot of scams.
Yeah, definitely. So anytime there's an opportunity to make money, somebody's going to take an opportunity to make money off of you. So second, we're talking about crowdfunding. So crowdfunding, typically when you think of that, you probably think of stuff like the GoFundMe accounts and all the other ones that kind of surround that, where as a person I can go out and say, hey, I want to be able to do this one thing and I don't have enough capital to do it. Can everybody else on the internet give me money to make this happen? So yeah, same kind of thing with real estate. You can go out there, businesses and other individuals, they'll set up a website where you can go in, you can put money into that website for them to buy real estate.
It's very similar to us working with investors. So typically we do, our bread and butter is residential real estate. So we do have investors who are like, hey, we're willing to invest in like a duplex or like a triplex or some type of multifamily. So there's a couple of investors, like a small level crowdfunding that we work with that we know because people want to get in on that. Yeah. So there's different levels of it.
Exactly, yeah. So there's a couple of like specific online platforms that I'm talking about, and this is not sponsored. We're not getting money from them. These are all things that I've researched myself, and I definitely recommend if this is something you're interested in, do your research, make sure that this is going to work out well for you. But one of them is just a place called Fundrise. Basically the same kind of deal. You go in there, you're able to make a small initial investment, and then from there you're able to watch your money grow. There's a couple of them out there that you can invest in, as little as $10 on some of those sites. But on the flip side, some of those sites, your initial investment needs to be well over $10,000. So that's one of the things that we would say, make sure you're watching out for whenever you do make these investments.
If I'm investing, I don't care if it's $500 or $10,000, I'm going to talk to like our CPA or our financial advisor or someone who's who's done it before, because there's a lot of people who've done it, but they didn't do it the right way. So it's just like you have to really research what you're investing, because it's just crazy out there, y'all.
And another thing you have to watch out for with this kind of real estate investing is a term called accredited investor. Basically what an accredited investor is a person that has a net worth over $1 million.
$1 million.
And then also you make $200,000 or $300,000 with a spouse for the past 2 years, and they don't really expect to see that number decrease. So relatively well-off people. And number three, remote ownership. Remote ownership is just that whenever you own a property but you're not specifically the one managing it. This is where, you get into your property management companies, different things like that to actually manage the property while you're, living it up on the beach somewhere.
Yeah, and this is what we actively do with the property that we have out of state. Some of our other properties that we have in Texas, we manage them. We don't mind managing them. It just depends on the person. Some people want to deal with it, some people don't.
Definitely, yeah. So the things that you have to watch out for in this kind of situation is going to be the management fees. So if they're going to take care of the house for you while you have renters in there, they're going to charge you a fee for it. And sometimes we've seen it as low as like 10% of the monthly rent. It just goes up from there, you know?
Yeah,
so
typically we do see 10% the first month with the, like if they put a new tenant in the home, the first month might be 50%, because they'll say in the contract like, okay, it's going to be 50%, but moving forward it's 10%. So I think that's 10%, you can write it off, right? It's saving you time. The thing is with property managers, you just need to make sure they're checking up on your property. We typically like, if we have a property manager, we like them to check on the property every 6 months. And the tenant will know when our manager is going to check on the property. They're looking at the exterior of the home, the interior of the home, the roof, all the maintenance things, so we can maintain the home while we have tenants there.
All these investments, they come with risks, guys, but these like passive investing typically has a lot less risk in it than actively investing. But at the same time, you have to realize this is not going to make you an overnight millionaire.
Yeah.
This isn't something that, you know, I put in a couple of dollars here and there, and then a week from now, I'm, you know, a millionaire. I'm driving a Bugatti. It's not going to happen like that. This is, all of these kind of investing strategies take time. And I guess one of the downsides of passive investing is it actually takes more time than active, but kind of makes sense. You're not actively managing it. You're not actually actively using it. It's not going to grow nearly as fast as if you were. The other thing, they're scams. So many scams. I know we kind of touched on that a little bit in the beginning, but there are so many scams out there, whether it's, you know, a REIT scam or crowdfunding scam, any kind of crowdfunding. Just
Zillow, Craigslist, people still look on Craigslist, like Facebook Market, all that stuff. There's so much crap and scammers out there, so just be careful. One thing I do want to add is we're going to put in the description a post that's going to link you to one of our social media pages about how we're thinking of buying our daughter a home who's like 9 years old, and in the post it talks about why we think it's a good investment. Especially, you know, read the post. If you're interested in investing in this area, let us know, because we do work with investors.
Well, if you are interested in that, you got to make sure that you subscribe so that you don't miss any more of this beautiful, wonderful content that we're putting out. And if you're really interested and you want to move here, you want to buy a house here so that you can rent it out or do whatever you're going to do with it.
Yeah, guys, y'all have to call us. Call us, text us, email us, because we're going to guarantee that you live your best life here in New Braunfels or in San Antonio.
That's right. Until next time.
Bye.
Bye.